What if, by 2040, Chicago doesn't just respond to crime? It predicts it. Imagine walking along the Riverwalk at dusk while your phone silently vibrates. High-risk zone ahead. Suggested reroute. Above the street, cameras don't just record, they anticipate. The L train rattles past and every platform, every corner store, every alley is translated into probability, heat maps, behavior scores, risk alerts. And the city sells it as protection. Fewer shootings, faster response, safer nights. But if an algorithm decides where danger lives, what happens when it starts deciding who looks dangerous? Chicago today is a city of proud bones, steel bridges, lake wind, brick neighborhoods with deep history. Its architecture tours downtown, street festivals in the summer, and cold nights where the city feels like it's made of shadow and light. But it's also a city that carries tension block by block, gleaming towers near the loop, then streets where trust is fragile and sirens feel too familiar. That contrast, beauty beside risk, is exactly why Chicago becomes a testing ground for AI governance. Because when a city is complex, the promise of smart control becomes seductive. By 2040, Chicago's big AI transformation is a citywide risk engine. It ingests 911 calls, social media signals, gunshot detection audio, transit crowding, whether even hospital intake spikes, then predicts where violence is likely to flare. Patrol routes are generated dynamically, not by commanders, but by models that learn street patterns like chess openings. Cameras recognize vehicles linked to past incidents. Streetlights brighten automatically on blocks where tension is rising. In emergencies, drones arrive first, broadcasting instructions before officers do. The result can be real. Faster medical response, fewer ambushes, fewer tragedies. But it also creates a new reality, where being near a high-risk prediction can follow you like a shadow. Transport in Chicago 2040 becomes safety first and prediction driven. The L train network runs with AI dispatching that staggers arrivals to prevent platform crowd surges, while station cameras detect fights, medical incidents, or panic before they spread. Intersections behave like living systems. Traffic lights adapt to ambulance routes in real time, and autonomous buses glide through priority corridors that open like zipper teeth. Even winter becomes manageable. Plows are routed by models that forecast micro-ice patches street by street. On paper, accidents drop. In practice, the city learns your movement patterns. Where you board, when you commute, who you travel with. Convenience becomes a traceable signature. Smart living in Chicago doesn't arrive as flashy luxury. It arrives as an always-on neighborhood layer. By 2040, blocks have sensors that measure noise, crowds, and unusual movement. Community alerts are generated automatically, not posted by humans. Apartment buildings share anonymized security signals with the city, and entry systems learn faces, gait, and typical schedules. In some areas, it feels comforting. Packages stop disappearing, street harassment drops, emergency help arrives faster. In others, it feels like living inside a quiet checkpoint, where every visitor is logged and every late-night walk becomes a data point. The city's promise is simple. We can make you safer. The unspoken question is, at what price? Jobs shift in a way that changes the city's relationship with authority. By 2040, a lot of security work becomes interface work. Operators monitoring fleets of drones, analysts auditing risk scores, technicians maintaining sensors, and investigators reviewing AI-generated timelines of incidents. Police departments hire data scientists and model auditors. Private companies sell safety subscriptions to buildings and business districts, creating a parallel layer of protection for those who can pay. Meanwhile, mistakes become harder to challenge because they're wrapped in math. The system flagged you. Chicago doesn't just automate tasks. It automates suspicion. And entire careers form around managing that suspicion. The city gets safer. And still feels more dangerous. Because when AI predicts crime, it also creates a new kind of fear. Fear of the prediction itself. People start checking risk forecasts the way they once checked weather apps. A block can be calm, but if the model says it's volatile, businesses close early, transit reroutes, friends cancel plans. The algorithm doesn't just respond to reality, it starts shaping it. And once the city begins acting on predictions, the prediction can become self-fulfilling. Attention concentrates, policing intensifies, tension rises. The question becomes terrifyingly modern. Are we preventing crime, or programming neighborhoods to be treated like they're guilty? Surveillance in Chicago 2040 is not a single camera on a pole. It's an ecosystem. Facial recognition is paired with gait recognition for winter coats and masks. License plates are tracked across districts. Microphones triangulate loud arguments before they escalate. In high-traffic zones, behavior anomaly systems flag loitering, running, clustering, and sudden crowd movements. The city argues it needs this to respond faster. Critics argue it changes the definition of freedom. You can still walk anywhere, but the city is always taking notes. And when the model learns your patterns, it can also learn how to pressure you, through checkpoints, questioning, denied access, or random delays that never feel random. Inequality shows up inside the code. Even if officials promise fairness, models learn from old data, old arrests, old patrol patterns, old assumptions, and turn them into objective forecasts. By 2040, some neighborhoods live under a permanent high-alert glow, while others experience AI as a background convenience. And because the system is complex, accountability becomes slippery. When someone is stopped, who is responsible? The officer, the department, the vendor, the model? Communities demand transparency, but companies call the models proprietary. Chicago becomes a case study in a new kind of civil rights fight. Not over what the law says, but over what the algorithm predicts. A normal day in Chicago 2040 starts with a choice you don't notice. Your commute app quietly suggests you avoid a certain station. Maintenance. It says, while the real reason is that the platform is flagged as a risk spike at 8:12 a.m. At lunch, your friend texts, "Let's meet downtown instead." Not because it's closer, but because downtown has the premium safety layer. Better lighting, faster response, fewer delays. At night, you take the long way home because your building's entry system logs unusual movement and recommends safer routes. Life still looks like Chicago, deep dish, lake wind, the skyline glowing. But underneath, your choices are being steered by probabilities you never agreed to live by. The final vision of Chicago 2040 is a city where the night is brighter and heavier. Drones float like silent street lamps. Intersections pulse with adaptive light. The river reflects towers that look untouched by chaos. And crime may truly be lower. But the trade is psychological. A city that always watches teaches people to always perform. You start to move like you're being judged, even when you're innocent. Chicago becomes safer in numbers and narrower in spirit. Because when nothing goes unnoticed, the next question is unavoidable. Who gets to decide what counts as suspicious? And who gets to live without that label? If Chicago could cut violent crime in half by watching everyone all the time, every street, every train platform, every corner, would you accept it? Comment privacy or safety, and tell me the one boundary you'd refuse to cross. This is Infinity AI TV, Infinite Stories, Infinite Imagination. Subscribe for more news.